What up is Dane. In this video I'm going to be telling you how to set your calorie, macronutrients or just macros in order to lose fat, right? So first of all, I want to refer to the target body weight, meaning say I'm 200 pounds at the moment, I want to get to a target body weight of 180, so that's going to be my main number. So one thing I have to mention is you have to be quite realistic. You can't go from being 500 pounds to 200 pounds in a matter of weeks, right? Be quite realistic about this. Without further ado though, let's go set this protein intake. Okay, for protein intake, I generally recommend about 1 gram per pound of body weight, meaning if I was on my target body weight even, so it'd be 1 times 180 or 180 times 1, whichever is 180 grams of protein, right? That's our protein intake set. So let's go and set the fat intake. Okay, so for a fat intake, man, I generally recommend about a range of 0.4 to 0.7. There are some factors that play a part, but I'll discuss that later in the video. However, we'll just jump in the mid ball, the mid baseline, we'll pick 0.5, right? So our target body weight in this case is again 180 times 0.5, and that will give us our fat intake, or the fat intake we need per day. So it'd be, so far we have 180 grams of protein. Now fat would be 180 times 0.5, and you know me already, man, I don't like to do maths in public, so you gotta work that yourself. Without further ado, man, let's get straight into getting the carbohydrates. Okay, so for carbohydrates, we don't really calculate this, man. We just leave it up to chance, right? We just leave the rest of the calories in order to get our calorie maintenance, right? So in order to hit that calorie number, meaning, so we have, say, however many calories from protein, however many calories from fats, and then all the calories that's left we use from carbohydrates. Okay, so in order to get that final number for carbohydrates, we need to do the following, right? We need to calculate our calories for the deficit, so how many calories we need to eat per day in order to lose this weight. So what we do is 15, and again, this is just like a little rough estimate. You've got to kind of track your calories a little bit after this. However, I want to throw a little formula out there. It's 15 times your body weight in pounds. Once you have that number, that's your calorie maintenance. We don't want to eat at that because that's just going to maintain everything. And then minus, say, about 500. 500 in this case. So minus about 500, and that's how many calories you should eat per day. However, I want to tell you how to calculate the carbohydrates from this number. Okay, so once we have this number, say our number was 2,500 calories, right? In order to hit our target body weight, we need to work out how many calories we need to eat from the carbohydrates. We do this by doing the protein intake, so get an amount of calories from protein, which would be, in this case, 180 grams, because we did, remember, 180 times 1, so it would be 180 times 4, because there are 4 calories per gram of protein, right? So I'll put this on the screen just to make it less confusing if this doesn't make sense to you. But again, it'll be 180 times 4, and whatever the number is, I think 720 something, 722 or something like that. That is how many calories from protein, and from fats, again, it would be 180 times 0.5, which is, I think, 90. Once we have that number, that'd be 90 times 9, right? Because there are 9 calories per 9 calories per gram of fat, right? So 4 for protein, 9 for fat, and then 4 again for carbs. However, now that we have that number, we total the amount of calories from the protein, the amount of calories from the fats. Once we have that total, we do 2,500 minus that number I'm going to give you. I'll put it on the screen, like I said, just to make it more clear, make it more sense to you. However, once we have that number, we are set to go for the carbohydrate intake. And again, like I said, for the third time, I will put the numbers on the screen. So that's basically how we calculate the carbohydrate intake. And for fat loss, right, again, don't make this too complicated, but like I said during the midpoint of the video, I will tell you why some individual differences or preferences even play a part in this. So first, you need to understand that's why I said you can use a range of about 0.4 to 0.7 grams of fat, right? And I'll just put 0.5, right, just to throw in a midline. However, or mid-ball, whatever you want to call it, it's just mid-range. So if you're just got a low-fat diet, say, you could just pick 0.4 instead of 0.5, or high fat, you go 0.7. However, that does change the variable of how many carbs you have, right? You want to keep the protein roughly the same, because protein provides more satiety, blah 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 blah, stuff like this. Don't want to get too much into that. However, carbohydrates and fats are going to change whichever one you change, right? So if you go low fat, it'll go carbs will go up. If you go high fat, carbs go down. So if you're someone that needs a lot of carbohydrates, then obviously you're going to go lower fat. And also one thing I have to mention that a lot of people don't know is if you're training very frequently, if workouts are really intense, if you do a lot of volume, then your carbohydrate intake has probably got to be a little bit higher than the average person. So keep all that in mind. That's basically how to calculate your macronutrients. And like I said, I'll try and list up all the things in the screen just to make it more clear to you. However, if you enjoyed this video, you already know the deal. Subscribe down below, comment down below, let me know your suggestions. Stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.